Hey everyone, it's Greg with the Cardboard Chronicles, and it's a big day today. We are a week out from Tarkir Dragonstorm. Pre-release, though, is today. You pre-order your box, you can pick it up on pre-release day, and I so happen to do that. So today we're going to be opening a little bit of Tarkir Dragonstorm. I get collector's boosters. It generally gives me enough of the set to avoid having to open an entire play booster box and take a ton of time. So we're going to get most of our rares generally from the set within a collector booster. We'll get some cool alternate art cards. We may get a serialized. We'll see. So first I want to kind of first show off the box topper. And it is the Karsai Revenant, flying Death Touch Lifelink with Renew. Exile this card from your graveyard, put a flying counter, a Death Touch counter, and a Lifelink counter on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. It is a vampire. I'm not sure about you guys, but I don't think I've ever seen a vampire that looks like that thing. Not really very, I guess, typical fantasy vampire that you would think of. More of like a weird, monstrous vampire with very long tongue and tusks and stuff. But it's a really cool card, and I could see a few uses for it, especially putting those counters on other creatures that may not have it. But we're going to get to what we're here for today. We are going to open some Tarkir Dragonstorm. I made it a little easier since sometimes these boxes are hard to open. The shrink wrap does get pretty tight at points, and we're not going to open the whole box. That would take a while. So we're going to do a few packs, see what we get, and we will start opening our packs here. So let's see. I should probably grab something sharp to open, but they make the corners of the packs easy to tear. So let's see what we get. As always, we're going to get our tokens, and if you look at the side of the list I have on the side, your chase cards are anything serialized: Mox Jasper, Ugin, Eye of the Storms, Crater of Behemoth, Dracogenesis, Call the Spirit Dragon. So we've got a Meringue, River Regent. This is one of the ones that was pretty interesting. It can be cast as an instant to draw 3 cards and discard, and then cast again as a creature. And then when it enters a battlefield, return up to 2 other target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. So it does bounce other creatures as well. Eshki Dragonclaw, Dragonfire Blade. This is actually a really nice artifact too. So +2/+2 and hexproof for monocolored. And its equip is 4, ability costs 1 less to activate for each color of the creature it targets. So if you run a 5 color, it's a lot easier. You run a 3 color, it's a lot easier. So Nariv Crackling Vanguard, Taigem Master Opportunist. Look at that swamp. I love these lands. I loved the Phyrexian lands. I love when they get the symbol right in the middle. I think you're looking at Theros Beyond Death had really great lands. Even Outlaws had some nice lands, but these are cool. They're the Dragon Eye lands, really nice to look at. Then you got a showcase card, Stormshriek Feral, Jeskai Shrinekeeper Showcase. And then you go through with your uncommons and your comments. Overall, I'm excited for this set. I have a friend that plays a Scion of the Dragon deck who is super stoked for this set. Very excited to be able to change up that deck a little bit, because there was not a lot of dragon support in Aether Drift. I was able to build an entire zombie deck out of Aether Drift using parts of the commander deck. Let's see what else we get here. Warrior, Flamehold Grappler. That's a nice one. It gives me, it's very D&D vibes right there. First strike, when it enters, copy the next spell you cast this turn. When you cast it, you may choose new targets for the copy. This goes really good in a prowess deck as well. You cast your instants, you can copy them and then buff your prowess creatures. Death Begets Life. Destroy all creatures and enchantments. Draw a card for each permanent destroyed this way. Another really cool card there. Just a board wipe. Board wipes are always nice. Sinkhole Surveyor. Arbor Adherent. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. Nice utility lands in this as well. And then a swamp. Now this is not the eyeball land, but this is the kind of shadow of a dragon over swamp. Kind of a not really a throwback, but same vein as the Modern Horizon 3 lands that had Eldrazi's in the background. These have dragon shadows over the top. And then you got your couple of showcase cards. Then you move on to your commons and uncommons. So, like I said, I'm excited for this set. I'm actually really excited for a couple of things that are coming next. Avatar: The Last Airbender set, I'm extremely excited about. That is one where I'm going to get a lot. I've got Final Fantasy on pre-order, so we will be doing a Final Fantasy pack break as well. And if you're not following us, you can hit the subscribe button. You can turn on notifications. You'll get notified whenever we post stuff. And we're also posting stuff on Instagram as well as Facebook, and we do reels on TikTok. Not reels on TikTok, reels on Instagram, videos on TikTok of just pack openings whenever I stop and buy packs. Sage of the Skies, Clarion Conqueror, Temur Battlecrier, Will of the Mardu, and Corey Steelcutter. So this is another nice artifact. +1/+1 trample and haste. And when you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. You may attach this equipment to it. Another, like I said, prowess buffs in this has been nice too. It follows the whole monk, the red monk thing. Forest with the dragon flying over it. And for our showcases, we have a Sagu Wildling and a Boulderborn Dragon. So nothing crazy in this one either. My hits on collectors have not been phenomenal. I did pull the Mana Print Niv Mizzet a couple sets ago. I'll generally get one of the kind of Japanese alt art style cards when I do collector's boosters, but I've never pulled a serial, so let's see what happens. Magmatic Hellkite, so showcase Magmatic Hellkite. I'll kind of hold up the box. So when this creature enters, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Controller searches their library for a basic land, puts it onto the battlefield tapped with a stun counter on it, then shuffles. So get rid of your opponent's utility lands. Really useful. The Crater Hoof, the showcase, like alt art Crater Hoof, which is really nice. Crater Hoof Behemoth, generally consistently near $30. This one, if I'm on TCG right now, it's sitting at about 15, could go up. But Crater Hoof is a very good utility card. Enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain trample and +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control. So really good in token ramp decks. You drop a Crater Hoof and everything gets huge buffs. Another Sage of the Skies, Jaws of Defeat, Rediscover the Way. So a nice saga. And then a mountain with a little dragon flying over it. Another Boulderborn, a Riling Dawnbreaker. We move into our commons and uncommons and lands. The worst part about opening booster boxes is having to go through and sort and scan everything in later. Actually just got finished sorting my entire collection of over 45,000 cards by set, by type, by color, by rarity, and all scanned into the TCG Player app. If you aren't using it, you should go use it. So everything is cataloged in my collection. The longest part is scanning everything in after. The Query Dragon token, All Out Assault. So this has that kind of, I think what they're calling a Ghost Fire border. You got this kind of blue border around the card. They showed it off when they initially showed the set, and several of the cards in the set can have this Ghost Fire border with full art too. You see the lightning bolts along the edge that come in. Creatures I control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. And when this enchantment enters, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase when you next attack this turn. Untap each creature you control. So doubles your combat. It's really nice, actually. An Inevitable Defeat, Revival of the Ancestors in a full art, Zenith Festival, Sage of the Skies, and a nice foil Dragon Eye Mountain. That's a nice one. Teeming Dragonstorm, another Boulderborn Dragon. That's a good pack. It's a nice one. I do like those Ghost Fire. I guess that's what they're calling the showcase, is those Ghost Fire arts. And then the other ones with the black, they're calling Borderless. They change it up like every set. We're changing it to different stuff, introducing new rules, introducing new art. I still want to pull that Mox Jasper though. So let's see where we go from here. Spirit token, another Rediscover the Way. I'm going to get it in every art, apparently. Avenger of the Fallen, Barren Step Siege. So that's actually a really nice enchantment that I've been looking for too. You choose Abzan or Mardu. Abzan, at the beginning of your end step, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, so board buff. Mardu, at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. So gives you choices. Thundermane, Nature's Rhythm. That's a nice one too, with the Harmonize effect. Harmonize is a really interesting thing introduced here. You can cast it from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost and can tap creatures to reduce the cost by an amount of generic mana equal to its power. So you tap a powerful creature, you can add to the mana cost. Island, Chariot Guardian, Karu Goldkeeper. So that's a nice one too. I do like the utility lands. I do like the choose your own adventure kind of enchantments as well. Let's see, what is next? And again, these do release next weekend, so you should be able to stop in your local game store and pick up a box for yourself as well. Spirit, Sirach, Elusive Hunter, Naga Fleshcrafter, Sidisi, Regent of the Mire. So you got another Sidisi. She's no longer the Brood Tyrant, or whatever she was last. She is now Regent of the Mire. Floral Evoker, Sidisi, Regent of the Mire, regular art. A Swamp, Feral Deathgorger, Sagu Wildling, and Monuments. Monuments are generally nice too. The monuments like from the Amonkhet sets actually still go decently high and are a staple in a lot of different decks. So the monuments are always nice. The Soldier, Frostcliff Siege, so another nice enchantment. Mardu Siegebreaker, Yathen Road Watcher, Protector of the Wastes, Awaken the Honored Dead, an Island. Nothing crazy yet. Like I said, I mean, kind of tame when you buy a whole box, but you do get generally most of what you are looking for, and then maybe you have to pick up a couple singles along the way to finish out decks you're trying to finish out. We may open all of these. Let's see how it goes. Another Road Watcher, Thunder of Unity. So this is a nice saga too. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. Whenever a creature you control enters this turn, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. So again, if you're doing token creation, you ramp it up in phase 2 and phase 3, and you get your life back. Stadium Headliner. This was a Goblin too, so sack it. It deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature. This is one that absolutely, I'll find something in my Krenko deck to take out to put Stadium Headliner in. Again, it's all tokens, man. 100 Goblin tokens and you're just popping off to creatures. It's great. Redoubled Storm Singer, Hollow Merc Siege, and a nice Plains, Dragon Eye Plains. And then, like, the art is super cool. Reminds of me of kind of like late 90s style art on these. Nothing crazy. I'd like to get at least one decent card. Let's open one more pack. We'll do one. Then maybe I'll open the other 3 in shorts on YouTube. We'll see. Stillness in Motion, Dalkovan Encampment, Herd Heirloom. So add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. Until end of turn, target creature you control with power 4 or greater gets trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So that's pretty nice too. Will of the Temur, Avenger of the Fallen, and a Plains. So I think we did okay. I think we did okay in these packs. Like I said, I think I've got, what, 3 more? 2 more. All right, so let's actually open the last 2. I got nothing else to do, and I don't want to save them for short. So let's take them out here. And again, nothing huge yet. So we got a copy token. Anafenza Unyielding, Lineage. An Ugin Eye of the Storms. Okay, so I was saying no hits, and you pull an Ugin Eye of the Storms. I think right now, last time I checked TCG, they were heading towards $60. When you cast a spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that is 1 or more colors. +2 is gain 3 life and draw a card. Its +0 is add 3 mana, colorless mana. Its -11 is search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards. Exile them, shuffle, until end of turn. You can cast those cards without paying their mana cost. It's an excellent Planeswalker. I don't include Planeswalkers in a lot of my decks. I just don't have the utility for them a lot of times, but that is an excellent Planeswalker right there. A Quarry Mountain Monastery, Urani of the Unwritten. So I was complaining about not getting dragons, and I get a dragon. Nice one too. Magmatic Hellkite, and a Forest. So there's my pack that makes my box. basically, and we've got one left. So let's open the last one too. Spirit, and that's a nice, so the Japanese one. So that is the Japanese Elspeth. That's Elspeth Stormslayer, I believe. I can't read Japanese, so I'm not really going to be able to tell you what it does. But to get the Japanese cards is actually super cool in these sets. I've gotten one before in Duskmorn. I got whatever the deer one was, but that's really cool to get the Japanese showcase cards. A Mistrise, the land everyone wants from this set, enters tapped unless you control a mountain or a forest. You add a island, and then you can tap an island, tap it. The next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. So making your spells uncounterable, pretty cool. And that ability can't be countered, so it's really nice. Windcrag Siege, Broodcaller Scourge, Felithar, Dawn of the Abzan, and a Dragon Eye Island. So the last two packs in the box being the nicest packs in the whole thing, which is super cool. So that's going to do it. You can follow us online. Go to thecardboardchronicles.com for blog content and other videos. I'm going to be throwing a bunch of other stuff up on as well. We cover Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and other TCGs. And you can follow us on social media if you just search The Cardboard Chronicles. We have other unboxing videos, unwrapping videos, pack breaks, and everything you could want out there. But that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for watching.